First, though, the Perth-based corporate outfit Alterra has planted the first trees at its maiden large-scale venture in WA's southwest. Planting at the 300-hectare Carpenters project is expected to be finished over the next 4 years. As Jessica Hayes reports, the company is already eyeing off new sites in the region to take advantage of the booming demand for Australian-grown avocados.
What we're doing is we get it the right height here. We're putting this in so we've got the trees in between this little post and this one here, so that it can be tied.
Deep in the heart of WA's southwest, avocado plantings are on the rise. Demand for Australian-grown fruit has skyrocketed as buttery, locally grown avocado becomes more popular on Aussie plates. Industry estimates the average Australian consumer eats just shy of 4 kilograms of avocados each year, and that's only expected to increase over time.
We're seeing a global trend as people move into a plant-based diet, and avocados really sit at the forefront of that trend, being eaten breakfast, lunch and dinner. We really see that as consumers get used to consuming avocados, they particularly are identifying Pemberton avocados as a real premium product.
That's Oliver Barnes, the CEO of Alterra, a Perth-based land asset developer and investor, which is in the throes of developing its first large-scale avocado venture. The Carpenters project is based at Pemberton, about 3.5 hours south of Perth. It's expected to produce about 8,000 tonnes of fruit annually at peak production, accounting for an estimated 10% of WA's total crop. And this week, the first 5 hectares of trees are being planted.
These trees come from the genetics from our local partner. They've just recently completed a development of their own, and those trees came to production within 2 years. So these trees here we expect in 2022 to start producing some fruit, and then maturity around 2027.
Alterra has focused its attention on the domestic market for now, but that's likely to change as the operation ramps up its output.
We see a long-term future in export. Demand from the Australian market still remains very buoyant, and so obviously near-term production is really focused on the domestic market. But we and other growers in this region have started to open export opportunity.
The company has negotiated a 50-year lease for land and water with the Casotti Group, one of WA's largest privately owned fruit growers, packers and wholesalers.
Just if you come over here, just come for a little walk here, if you pick that dirt up, right, you can feel it's alive. It's almost good enough to eat.
Mario Casotti owns the site, which was previously used as a blue gum plantation.
The blue gum stuff is good, right? And it's been good for growers for a long time. But this ground is so good, this dirt is so good, that it would be a shame not to see it go back into stuff like avocados, apples, potatoes, that sort of stuff.
Mario Casotti says corporate capital will be the key to the horticulture industry's success into the future.
If you go back 20 years, there was none of it. It's kick-starting, and it's sort of an evolution in agriculture, I think. And it's very new to our company, being a private company, but I think it's a very good partnership. And look, there'd be a lot of land around the area that will end up going into corporate ag.
The Greenfield site has been established in a hydroponic-style system, even though it's an outdoor operation. Vasti Radloff is technical manager.
So this is quite different because we've got all the towers that we've got up, you can see. They've all got sensors placed in them. So we're reading the moisture sensor, salinity, which is something that a lot of growers don't really look at that much. And I think that's going to be our biggest driving key, that we're very different. We're taking it from an approach of coming from hydroponics, higher in growing of berries, and just trying to apply that mindset out here. We're trying to give the plant exactly what it wants, when it wants, and a more constant dosing as to what is traditionally done. We're watching it, so we've got all the towers are linked up, they're all wireless remote, they download data every 5 minutes, and then we can watch it in Perth. We can watch everything happening in Perth and make changes from Perth back here, adjusting the fertilisers, adjusting the water.
Alterra is now eyeing off other opportunities in the southwest.
Now, we have a strong pipeline of projects across the southwest. With what we've done is we've prioritised that pipeline of opportunities to really come to what is the ultimate premium regions. And for us and around our production and climate modelling, Pemberton really stood out as an excellent region. It's obviously a tightly held land region, And so our model of working with landowners and partnering with them has given us a footprint in somewhere that we wouldn't normally be able to access.
Does that mean Harvey's on the front? Are you looking at Harvey as a serious location?
Yeah, we think Harvey's got some development potential. Really where Alterra likes to work is working with landowners with land and water and repurposing those assets.
Harvey has both of those things?
So Harvey has both of those things. So we're seeing landowners and development opportunities where we could be repurposing dairy assets or potato farms or other horticultural assets into this higher land use value, such as avocados.
Alterra CEO Oliver Barnes ending that report from Jessica Hayes.